Welcome everyone to our refresher training on external events for CRM. I am Jessica Lake, this person on the left here, and I'm joined in the chat by my colleague Matt Kowal. We are the CRM Sustainment Training team. You can reach us if you have a quick question about this training or want to send a test message for your email or event emails to crmtrainers@america.gov. That's kind of like our practice email address, but it goes to both of us. So you can, that's a really good email for those little quick one-off questions or test messages through CRM. All right, looks like we kind of have solved some of these problems today, but this is my little slide talking about troubleshooting our technology. If you're having connectivity problems or audio issues, can't see the screen, try to refresh WebEx again. But don't stress it. This is being recorded, so everyone is going to get a copy of this presentation at its conclusion when it's rendered. All right, so what are we talking about today? External events. This was by user request. We have not done one of these sessions yet, so I'm excited to break new ground with you all. This is what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about the general overview of external events, what they are, how they're different from our other events in CRM, how to track those external events, how to edit them once they are created, how to manage related files on those events, and how to report out on them, which is also very important. At the end, we'll have a time for a quick review and resources and some questions. So our learning goals today, this kind of just goes with my overview, what I just kind of showed you. Basically what we're going to learn how to do, we hope that you will be able to access external events, edit those events, assign external events to contacts, add related files and documentation, monitor your incoming invitations, and report out on those external events. All right, so I'm going to be doing a lot of my demonstration for this. You can see how it actually works. But these slides are great for reference. I will also share this presentation with you after the session is over, along with the recording. But briefly, you'll find external events on a top navigation tab in CRM, like you would with regular events, or contacts, or email. It lives up there too. I'll show you where. And once you create a new external event, it kind of looks like the event module, except different fields that relate to external event. First of all, what is an external event, and how does this differentiate from a regular conventional event in CRM? Well, what it is an external event is used to create and track events outside of CRM. So, some events being held by someone else besides us, basically, and any invitations associated with those external events. So it's mostly used for managing events for the AMB or DCM staff when they receive invitations to respond to that on the ambassador's behalf or the DCM's behalf. Kind of like our executive contacts sometimes can get these external events, but not necessarily always. And so you should know what it is and how to use it. Okay, so once you create the external events, then it looks like this. This is the time where I'm going to pop out of this and start demonstrating in the actual training environment so you can see what I do. Okay, so here we are. I'm on the home page in the training environment. Let me just refresh that, make sure I'm as home as I can be. Okay, so I'm like, all right, let's make some external events. Ooh, where is it? Where is it? I don't see it at all. Oh, wait. Probably under this more button. Yes, there they are. So you could always, this more button happens when there's more of these top navigation tabs and there's room on your screen. You can adjust that view by hitting the Control or Command, depending on if you're on Mac or PC, and use the plus and minus, the plus and the minus buttons to zoom in and out. But you can also edit this top navigation by this little pencil. You should see this here as well. So if you use external events a lot, maybe you want to move this up and maybe move dashboards down or something that you don't use very much, or scan business cards. If you're not using that, you can just kind of push that to the end. I clicked on the pencil to show you how to do that. I'm just going to actually, so I don't really use scanned business cards right now. So I'm going to just move that all the way down to the bottom there, or almost to the bottom. And I'm going to use external events today. So how I'll move that up towards in front of my real events. Okay. I suppose I shouldn't call them real events. I should just call them CRM events. Okay, new nav bar was updated. Yeah, so now you can see my external events are right here. Okay, I'm going to go there. Here we are. It looks just like the list view in contacts or our other events. And it works just like it too. So if I wanted to pin a specific view, I could. But I'm going to go ahead and just make an external event. Creating one new. All right, we have what is our scenario? We have an incoming invitation for the Secretary of State to attend a Memorial Day benefit concert. Where is this going to be? On the White House South Lawn. This is a super exciting event. Event type. Benefit is, I would say, concert. Concert fundraiser. That. All right, significance, high. We definitely don't want to miss this show. It's going to be amazing. The occasion, so this is Memorial Day celebration, or how I'd say commemoration. We don't really celebrate Memorial Day so much like that. Okay, dress code, business festival. I would love to see what that looks like, by the way. So, all right, start date, time. When is this festival going to start, this concert? It's going to be on Memorial Day, so it's Monday. Everyone has off work, hopefully. And let's start this thing started at noon. So we're going to have a full lineup here. Okay, end day, it's going to be the same day, Monday. All right, everybody has to get back to work on Tuesday, so let's end it pretty early at, say, 6. Okay. Now these are all required. These are required fields, and this one especially, this here account. But this is just going to be your account. So right now I'm in admission F training. Then you want to add a nice event description and any notes about this event. So let's see what this event is. This is a Memorial Day benefit concert. Hosted by the President and First Lady, featuring an all-star lineup of Bob Dylan, Bruce Springsteen, Ani DeFranco, and Rage Against the Machine to benefit the families of fallen soldiers. Wouldn't that be nice? Okay, host contact. Now this host information, you have to fill in either the host contact or the host organization. This is required. You cannot save the external event if you don't have either one of these, at least one of these fields filled out. So this is going to be who's hosting. Joe Biden. Here we go. Mr. President. All right, and the system information. This is the last thing we have to do. We have to set the collaboration setting. For this, I'm going to say selective for now. Save. All right, so now I've created my external event. So this is an incoming event. Remember I mentioned this is going to, the secretary is being invited. Yeah, this is a great way to track it inside the system. So we're seeing all of the information that we have already added in, including the notes, the host contact, all of this. But we also see this 0 total incoming invitations. That's because we haven't created any yet. So the process is you're going to create the event and then you create the incoming invitations. And the way you do that is coming over to this incoming invitations tab on the external event. So this looks very similar to our other events in CRM. As you can see, you can choose the collaboration setting over here on the right. You can, these tabs are function similarly, but of course have different names and uses. And also you see you have your tasks activity chatter over here, where you can have tasks and notes recorded, or just general chatter if you like, so to help your workflow. All right, let me pop back into my slides, make sure I'm not missing anything. So we talked about that, the overview. Next up, talk about tracking them. Okay, so basically, I think we've covered this from my demo here. We have the activities tab, we talked about that. We can view external events. Oh, this is on the contact record. Okay, so yeah, on a contact record, there's an extra tab that has external events here listed on the under activity. So you can see that if someone has a external event connected to them. Okay, so in order to see that, you have to invite some people to and create some incoming invitations for our external events. So I'm going to go ahead and just demonstrate how to do that. So just a little quick background. This functionality was added to the system in late 2020, external events, and then incoming invitations was added on in, I think, the March release. So this is relatively new, which is why if you haven't used it yet, that's probably why. All right, so I'm clicking over to incoming invitations, and this is where I can see, where I can adds files. So, maybe if you receive, the actual invitation to the external event, you can scan it and upload it here, save it here right on the external event. And I'm going to add an incoming invitation now. So this is going to track on the contact record in the system the actual invitation for individuals. Okay, so here's our invited contact. Who do we want to invite? The secretary. All right, here he is, Anthony Blinken. All right, he is invited type. He's an invitee, so he's been invited. He's not a spouse or partner, whatever. Right there. Point of contact, we don't need to add that, but some maybe if their secretary or personal assistant, it could be listed here. Anytime you're curious about any of these fields, you can also just hover over this info text, and it'll tell you what's going on. Okay, spouse, partner. We want to and we want to invite their spouse. That would be great. Number of additionals. This is a pretty hot concert, so I think we'll let the secretary bring 3 extra people. And of course, the secretary may want to have some opening remarks. Probably the president's going to give the opening remarks, but the secretary is definitely going to be called on to have a speech. So that was requested in the incoming invitation. We can mark that down here. Registration due date. Okay, we want to make sure that we respond to this great invitation no later than Monday of next week. Give a week in advance to the White House. Let them know we're coming. Recommended registration response. We definitely should attend. You can add any notes there. Okay. And then if you scroll down more, you can see the actual invitation response. So right now it's pending, but some other options are accept, regret. We can even say if this is within our wheelhouse, we could say, yes, it's been accepted, or maybe when we're wait to get that information back, we'll just keep it in pending for now. So we want to say, yes, accept with spouse, sure, bring their assistant as well. And then if they had any, remarks, if they were regretting how they would respond to that invitation, or how we would respond on their behalf. Any scheduling conflicts? Okay, so needs to leave early at 4:30 for an important dinner. Any notes that you have to add. And if they can send an alternate or should have sent an alternate, you can mark that down there. Now this is the actions taken. So have you sent? sent here, if you sent the registration card back, was there a phone call made? Just lots of different options, and any additional details where you can mark down. There's even more, other information block. So this is just very rich, these are not required fields, but this is a very rich object in the system where you can, track anything you need to, hopefully. That's the idea. Work status, it's in progress, let's say. And then when you're ready, you can go ahead and click save on this incoming invitation. So now if I go to the contact record for the secretary, I can see under the More tab. Oh, I suppose not. Did we move that? I guess we did. I can see anything under their related. Their other, their other tab, the external events or the incoming invitations here. There it is. The incoming invitations right there on the contact record. I believe that's an old slide that we don't have the external events listed over there any longer. Good FYI. Okay, so looking good. We can always go back to this incoming invitation here and view it for our invited contact. Now, another neat thing that you can do is generate a cover sheet for this. Also, you can upload files directly to this incoming invitation. So there are individual invitations, for example. I think we just got a question about this. I think you can upload any. I don't think there's any. You can add a PDF. I don't think there's any limitation about that. So, we have a select file. So yeah, these are if you have files in the system already. I saw a question in the chat about uploading files. All right, so let's get back to this cover sheet situation here. So this is really handy if you want to send this to the office, to the office for a response to, from the individual. So here we go. Let's generate this cover sheet. All you need to do is click this button to generate the cover sheet. It'll turn into this download button as the system quickly sets that up for you. Click download, and here it is in our downloads bar. And I can open it right up and show you what's involved there. All right, so it opens up this Word document, and you can edit this. So invitation cover sheet, seen by, you can, this is for, someone in the office who accepts this. You can, has all the information that we recorded on the external event about it, who's the host, where it is, who's the point of contact. You can fill that in if you have that information. Registration due date, that's really handy. Like, got to respond by this day. Conflicts, needs to leave early. Recommendation, definitely should attend. So this is just kind of the cover sheet for this. But this is a 2-pager, because when we go down here, and this is the RSVP response page, which is very handy. So this is what, the secretary's office would look at and be like, okay, so RSVP response, yes, I'm coming with spouse. Or, they can edit this and be like, or delete that and be like, no, I'm coming alone. The decision be made by the ambassador. This is a specific ambassador related field. So they can mark yes or no. Like, if it's not relevant, just leave it blank. Just some more info. If you have to pass this invitation to other sections in the embassy, this is where you can record that. Or the section representative will attend, yes or no. So then please return this cover sheet to protocol. This is just a note. You can edit all of this if this information is not relevant. And then you can, this is for kind of the office that, is receiving this. You could mail this to them, fax it, email in an attachment in Outlook, however you want to get this kind of cover sheet form to the contact for their response. And it has this kind of system data too. So it's saying training, because that's my my username in the training environment. but this would say the username in CRM and the date it was generated. So very cool, handy functionality there. Okay. Let me pause just for a moment to see what questions we have in the chat. Matt has probably handled it, but let's see right here. How come the status for an invitation cannot be seen in the original file you make? Oh, so let's see. Matt says files are typically going to be related to the events, the external invite receipt, external guest list. Image files or Word docs work well. Yeah. Status is not apparent on the invite. I think Barbara asked, will this be related to Outlook calendar someday? Wouldn't that be nice? That would be ideal. I know the team is working on some sort of Outlook integration. I don't have a timeline on it. I'm not sure what it all entails, but that would be so handy. We will log that, Barbara, as a enhancement. So yeah, when you're on the incoming invitation, though, let's see. It should, you can see if they're coming or not. So the status is there. Like, so is, the actions taken are, if they're definitely, are they accept with spouse. These are all, this is meant to be very flexible because it's just reporting out on, the individual contact in CRM. And then also with this cover sheet generates a handy way to, to communicate with these persons' offices, and to get a response. So you can also track. You can send an email. You don't have to use the cover sheet. It's just all about offering options for the workflow for folks. Okay, so I believe this. Yeah, there we go. All right, editing external events. I think these slides are a little outdated because we've had some new functionality taken. So yeah, we went through these external events. Incoming invitations on an external event. We can track their response here. This is where we make sure that information is captured. So yeah, you might want to leave this blank when you're filling out the invitation because we don't know yet. That's when you have that at this point maybe is when you generate the cover sheet, pass it along to the relevant office point of contact or individual, and then receive that response or follow up if needed. Also, yeah, what actions have been taken? Was a phone call made, an email sent, see if they're coming, etc. So also, we're talked about running reports on external events. The report that you're going to run is the CRM_external events and incoming invites report template. That's going to generate the full list of mission office external events and incoming invitations that have been created in your mission. We'll get more to that. We talked about the managing related files. Again, you can track those files on the external event itself, but then also you can track files on the invitation as well. So you could upload individual invitation scans of the invitation into individual incoming invitations. I feel like I said invitation like a ton of times right there, but hopefully that wasn't confusing. You saw what I did when I, on the external, the incoming invitation, with those individuals invited, that's where you would make that happen. We went over the cover sheet as well. This is kind of the the mechanism that some folks like, some hard copy, like some offices work well with that. So this is to accommodate that and make that paper trail to see what those responses will be. Reporting, we talked briefly about the report that you need, but this is what it looks like. So we have run that CRM_external events and contacts report template. You'll find it. So I can do that for you in CRM and show you what it looks like. Okay, so we've created, so maybe let's invite another contact here to our event. So let me go back to my external events tab. So this is also handy to show you how to get back there. So I just clicked on my external events tab and I see there it is, the Memorial Day benefit concert. All right. There we go. I'm clicking into it. All right, let's add another invitation. Let's make sure that the secretary's wife knows about this because I know she does not want to miss it. She used to work in the ECA with us. Okay, so let's see. Invited contact, Evan Ryan. There she is. I want to make sure she is spouse partner, but she's probably invited on her own too, actually. She deserves an invite. We'll just double check, make sure they both are coming. She can bring 3 friends as well. You don't need a speech from her. She can relax. But we want to hear back from her about this invitation a week ahead. Come with the secretary. Okay, that is the recommended response. And then this is, we can leave this blank, for, let her decide if she's coming. It's pending right now. Just creating that invitation. Save. So now this will show up on their both of their contact records. And then we can generate cover sheets for both of them and send them to the, their appropriate, through the appropriate channels. Okay, so I wanted to do that so I'd get a little more, some more results on my report that I'm going to run here. So I'm going to create a new report template. I just clicked new for new report. And I'm going to search by template. CRM underscore will bring up all those templates that are created by our help desk. And I'm going to search here. External events and incoming invitations. That's what I want. Click it. Continue. All right, here we are. So I see it. It just pops right up. It's showing it pops right up because I created this. So if we wanted to see all of them, and this is a training environment, so I'm not expecting any more results from this. But remember, when we're running reports, we always want to change our filters if you want to see the most results. If you want to just see the content that you've created in CRM, it'll default to that. But you can choose on the filters tab to show me the all external events. Click apply. Like I said, no more new results, but that will make sure that you're capturing, ones that are made by your colleagues as well, and not ones that are just made by your user account. You can, add more fields and to columns to see more things. So dress code, maybe, event time, host full name, any of this information you want to see on the report. And then when you're done, you can save and run. New report, external events. I'm just going to put my initials so it's me. I can save it in my private reports, or you can save it in your mission folder. I'll do that. Mission training. Select and save. And then it's going to generate the kind of finished view of your report here. So, all right, let's head back to the slides, make sure I'm not missing out on anything before I turn it over to you for questions. All right, so review and resources, that's what we have now. So we went through these various things, how to access the external events, how to edit those events, how to assign those external events to contacts, i.e. incoming invitations. Basically, that's how that works. We added those related files and documentations, or really saw where we could do that, both on the external event and on the incoming invitation. And then we also monitored those incoming invitations, how to see that on the contact record, found that under the related tab, related other. And then we reported on external events by using that CRM_external events and incoming invitations report template created by the help desk. We also have tons of other resources about pretty much everything in CRM. And we can find one specifically on tracking external events and incoming invitations in this tab here on that slide that I'm going to share with you. But here's what it looks like. It's the quick reference guide that goes through all those steps that I just showed you with screenshots too. So you can, dig in a little deep if you have to do this. It's been a while since you attended this webinar or viewed this video, and you want to just. Sometimes people work better. They work differently. It's nice to have a resource in front of you that's not just talking at you like me. So that will be available for you. It's also available on the homepage in CRM. So now I'm ready to turn it over to you for questions. I know we talked about the Outlook integration. We have definitely tracked that, and we'll report again. I always like to say every voice that's added to the chorus is helpful because it tells our development team, what the priorities for the field helps inform those. So what the priorities are in the field and what can be prioritized in their development of the tool. So we really heavily depend on your feedback for that kind of stuff. So, any questions? So will you folks, do you anticipate needing to use external events while in CRM as part of your jobs? Beatrice, we're using cover sheets to track invites to the ambassador and DCM. Yeah, very useful. Very cool. Awesome, Kay. Yeah. I always love to hear how you all, actually put this tool to use because it really can help us be better trainers, know how it works for you all. So very cool. I'm glad that this enhancement has been helpful in your workflow. And yeah, it's very neat that you're able to track all this on contact records in CRM. So you can, be like, oh, well, the ambassador attended this event last year, by just looking in the contact, in their contact record. Yeah. So yeah, it seems very straightforward because it pretty much is. It has lots of fields where you can track the information that you need, probably more than you need, but not necessarily. We've tried to make it so you can, there's lots of flexibility to accommodate whatever information you're trying to track. Yeah, consolidate the info, keep it organized. Exactly, Kira. Oh, Karen has a question. What I was trying to explain before was that when I need to track 50 external events, it takes too much time to click them all individually to see the status. Yeah. If I'm in the overall view of the external events, will show pending, accept, regret status. It's a much better tool. That's a great enhancement, Karen. I see what you're saying. So, you're on the external event here, and you're like, I want to see. So we have this total, just total incoming invitations. We just see that. But it would be, let's see, on incoming events here. I wonder if we can know. Are you saying that maybe here it would be nice to have like the, the response listed right here on the incoming invitation, or for individual incoming event, external events, having the tab, the overview tab of all events under the tab. I think I know what you're talking about. Okay, so I'm here, and you want to say, like on the actual tab, you have a list of your 50 external events here. It would be cool if it showed like pending, if it's especially because I mean, this works for, if there's, I guess, only one invitation. I think that the functionality is that for external events is that it can host multiple incoming invitations to the same event. So it might be different. The response might be maybe in my example, the Evan Ryan wouldn't be able to make the concert, so she would be regretfully have to decline. And that could we couldn't capture that on this because both her and the secretary have been invited to this concert. But yeah. Okay, but I think that is what you're getting at. It would be, I think maybe the place for that would be on Indian. I mean, I think maybe the issue is if you just have one, the ambassador being invited to these events, these external events, you want to see like, are they coming? Yes, yes, no, no, yes, no, right on that tab. So yeah, I'll pass that on to our development team and see if they can accommodate for that. That would be kind of neat. Maybe like a number of people attending or planning to attend. That might be helpful. It could be like 0, 1. At least the binary can show you if that was a yes, no. Or more multiple numbers if there's additional people invited. That could give you inform that type of response to an event. I think it would also be really handy here, at least on the actual event, on the incoming invitations tab, to have that maybe response, be a field as well. So let me click on the actual and let's see what field that would pull from. Or this is our, we're in the land of make believe now. This does not exist in the system, but let's see, where is it? So registration response maybe. So that could be, right now it's pending, but if it was accept or regret, oops, that is where maybe the registration response could be listed on that incoming invitations list under an external event, so you could see if people are coming or not, or if they registered. So that's a great feedback, Karen. Thank you for sharing that. Matt has recorded that, and we'll communicate that up to our development team and see what they say, and how they can accommodate us. Any other questions or feedback? Yeah, especially we really welcome your feedback, this type of feedback that Karen just shared. We want to hear how you're using the tool and how it could work better for you. So that's one of my favorite things that we've been experiencing with these refresher sessions that we've been doing, is hearing from you what you'd like to see the tool do. So I really appreciate that. Feel free to unmute your mics as well. If you have a question, I know typing in the chat can get annoying, or you feel like you're rushed when it's just kind of might be faster just speaking. So feel free to do that if you have a question or some feedback. If not, I will stop our recording